Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
All
How
right.
are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm Peggy.
And I'm Amanda.
And this is Junction Fiber Mill Millcast. And I think we're at
30.
Woohoo!
Woo!
30. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
We had quite the kickoff to the weekend, but let me do a few other things. I got to show you what I saw this morning on my way into work.
Okay.
So I go outside. I wanted to take a little video. I'll tell you, I've got a garden. Todd did all the raised beds, so I went out to do a little video for this Millcast to share what Todd had done for my little garden. That's the garlic looking so great at the end. But the farm has a little vacation apartment, and two folks had arrived yesterday to take a King Arthur flour baking class, which if you haven't done that, they do a great job. But I never saw them, and then I was up early this morning, and in the driveway was this car. I've got to show you the license plate. I mean, how fabulous is that?
That's so fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to her and ask her what made her do that, or I'm assuming it's a woman. It's two friends taking this King Arthur
That's
class.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they chose the right place to stay.
Yeah. But that's not really the big news of our weekend.
Yes, we had a fantastic open house
We really
on
did.
Friday, and we had live music. It was a whole thing. We were very excited about it. A lot of you came up for it, which was really cool.
Very
to see
cool.
Folks traveling from far away.
Yeah, there was a couple that came up from Virginia. They planned their whole vacation because of the party that we had on Friday. Rhode Island, a couple of folks from Boston.
Yeah.
And we didn't just have a band.
We had Still Hill, my husband's band.
They were amazing. It's embarrassing for me to say this. I had never seen them.
Yeah.
I just never. Anyway, they were amazing.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah.
I've seen them many times, but they did a great job.
And we had such a crowd. It was really wild.
Yep.
It was really wild.
Yeah, with him playing music, I had to wrangle Maeve the whole time, which
Yeah.
was a little trying after
Yeah.
a while, because the mill floor is just not exactly where you want babies crawling around. We cleaned up for the event.
But nevertheless.
still.
Nevertheless.
Yeah.
Shall we have folks take a look at it?
Yeah, we've got a little video for you. So here's the open house.
All right, you got it.
Put up a sign. Today is the open house at the mill, so we're getting prepared. We still got some production going on inside, but we're starting to get decorated and ready for tonight.
Now, doesn't it look like we're getting ready for a party? Right? This is what you do to get ready for a party. You pick that.
All right, Amanda.
Wait, do you want me to look at the camera or at you?
Yeah, look at me.
Okay, it's probably easier
Yeah.
for me.
What's going on today?
Open house day.
It's more than an open house, though, right?
It's an open house party
Party,
today.
party,
yeah, we
yeah.
decided to book a band. So my husband's band is playing tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and they're an acoustic trio. It's going to be bluegrass, Americana, folk, maybe a little rock and roll. It should be really fun.
There's your mom. There's your dad. He's tuning up his Mando.
Can you introduce yourself?
I am Rob, part of Still Hill.
Well, we're thrilled you're here.
I'm quite happy to be here.
Hopefully it won't get too warm.
No. Got the big fan going. Should be good.
We'll try to put the big fan in a place that's helpful. And we have this really pathetic AC unit that barely makes
yeah.
a dent in a mill this space, but
We gotta get this fan on Cody so his hair is just flying.
I'll tell you, they look really pretty.
They look real nice.
There we go.
It feels different though for some reason. I think I was a little thrown when I got the phone call about the woman coming up from Rhode Island.
Yeah, we've been pumping this up for a few, almost like 2 months now. And so we've got folks coming from out of town to attend, which is maybe unusual. We have never gotten phone calls before. So we're excited to see who's going to come through the door tonight.
Well, someone called, is it going on rain or shine? And she was going to get in the car for a long drive.
Yeah, we have no idea what's going to happen. I hope it's fun. It's just 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. And if it goes really well, maybe we'll do this type of thing again.
All right.
Like a beer every 15 minutes while you play, though.
Oh, we've got some people starting to come.
Otherwise we pass out. There's not enough calories to keep you going. Well, that's always the question.
No, I didn't hear. Where did you come from?
Boston and Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, fabulous!
I called you yesterday,
Oh,
so I
you
know it
were-
was me. Yeah.
So did you make any stops?
We ended
We've
up,
been doing nothing
we've been
but stops.
nothing but stops. We went to Sunapee.
Yeah, went to Lake
And
Sunapee, had lunch there,
yeah.
and then we went to Langford Farm,
Yes.
and really
And
beautiful,
somewhere.
and St. Gaudens.
Oh, you
good
went there?
eggs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
That's
a
a
cool
great
place.
spot.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really.
We've been doing nothing but going.
Yeah, so it took us. We left at 9, and what time was
Yeah.
school? So yeah.
Excellent. Now, how do you guys know each other?
So she's my mother-in-law. I'm
All
married to
right.
her son. Yeah. I've been watching her on the podcast, so it's kind of weird actually seeing you
Like
not
before
on
COVID,
iPad.
she got
Yeah,
into knitting.
this is Amanda.
Yeah,
I'm
look, this is
Peggy.
Leah.
And who's
Hi.
that celebrity kid?
Hi.
Oh my gosh, she's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
She's a little mischievous looking. Don't break my necklace, please. Thank you.
Well, welcome to Junction
Thank you.
Fiber Mill.
Quality vlog content for you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, yes.
Yeah, we're very excited. And we want to see the carding
Yes.
and all the
I'm excited
business.
to look at all the-
Have you tell us all about it?
What does it feel like when people who've never been in here walk through the door?
Well, it's interesting. Some people have been following our story for a while, and then they come in with one preconception of what it's like, and then we hear, oh, it's so much bigger than I thought, or it's smaller than I thought. And then people that come in, it tends to be like husbands who've been dragged in here.
true.
And then they look around and they're like, oh my gosh, this is some real legit equipment that you guys are running. So that's pretty fun to get to show them around the mill and show them what we do, and then for them to look at us and say, how the heck did you learn how to do this? That's almost always the first question. And we sort of smile at each other and just say, we had a few days of training, and here we are.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think happens though as they push their way into the space? And talk about the space a little bit.
Well, it's a tradition, like it's an old building. It's an old brick building, and it had been used for hardware and equipment restoration, like saw sharpening, that sort of thing. Prior to that, we were finding gravestones, like were being dug up when they did some road work, and I think you, Peggy, found out that it was like formerly a gravestone maker.
Yeah, headstones.
Yeah, so it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I think the
and-
building was built in 1935.
Yeah, so almost 100 years. And, you know, they love our big windows. We're right sort of centrally located in White River Junction. So I think people are really excited when they see the space. And again, the equipment and what we're doing in here just really fits with what the space looks like.
A lot of lanolin is in it, and we gotta wash that out before it can go through our equipment. So we scour it, we dry it, and then the first stop is the spinner. The spinner is there's about 25 of these spinners in the United States. There's one actually we know about in New Zealand. In a bobbin like this with the lead line, and we turn the machine on, and it's coming down now, and while this is spinning, we're catching it, and then there's a rack here that's going up and down and loading the bobbin. And at another time, you can come over and look, there's wood slats that go across like a conveyor belt. You know what I think surprises people when they get the little bit of the tour? I don't think they realize how labor intensive this is.
Yeah, I think it helps account for what we have to charge for the yarn, and for them to hear the tour of, first it's through the, first we wash it, then the picker, then the carder, then the pin drafter twice, then the spinner, and then all the finishing that happens. And people are like, oh, they didn't know it was so many steps from sheep to skein, and then you gotta knit it. So it's not even finished at that point.
Yeah. Do you think people are starting to appreciate the fact that it's wool?
Yeah, I think that there is a much greater awareness of natural fibers versus synthetics. I think people are hearing more and more about the microplastics problems and, wanting clothes that can end up in a compostable pile in their garden someday if they wanted to. So I think, that and with the resurgence of wool as like a performance fabric, people are into it. They've heard of it through merino wool, and they're coming into here with a little bit more knowledge of wool, and then we can sort of show them, oh, there's more to wool than merino, and here's all these local breeds that are really cool and the different characteristics of it. And then I think they look at it and like, wow, this is natural, this is just right off a sheep. So it's pretty exciting.
Collecting yarns, okay.
Collecting my colors.
Love it. I love it. Thank you. Oh my God. Hold on.
It's all about the yarn, Peg.
That
Absolutely is.
just stunning.
Yeah.
Did you show that to Amanda?
I did, yeah.
Wow. And now show me the little.
So aren't these fun? These are, this is sizzle or kindling, and this is creamsicle.
But what? So they're
So
like
these
little
are
oak leaves.
They're oak leaves, yes.
And what will you do with them?
Well, so it's the Xandy Peters learning projects to do the foxcons.
Huh.
So I showed you that at the thing. It's,
Great.
So it's a really elaborate looking increases and decreases.
Wow.
So this is just the decreases, but
Wow.
it's and it's so pretty in all the yarns.
This is so gorgeous.
I know. So I'm gonna maybe make some very precious presents for some people.
Absolutely. Well, she's showing off what she's knitting. Here, look.
Oh, look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of a row, so it's
Yeah,
can't
look
see the
at
whole
colors.
Back here we have the husband of one of the owners. He's doing his best to keep a smile on his face.
Unfold it the whole size. Oh my Lord. That is fantastic. That's a gorgeous collection.
Yes, isn't it?
I love that. What are you going to make?
I brought those scarves in last
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to do those?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Very nice. What do you think the reaction to the music's going to be?
I have no idea. I've been to many a Still Hill show, and people always like it. So I know it will be positive, but I don't know how many people are coming just to see them play versus like it's just a nice added touch to their yarn shopping experience. But I think it'll be louder than most open houses. And yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of anyone combining live music and shopping for yarn in a mill, so we'll see.
So you're here with your whole family?
Yeah. Maeve is here. I'll be hanging out with Maeve while working the cash register, and Cody's gonna be playing music, and yeah, it's a family business.
Yeah,
Soon she'll be working the machines.
Yeah, Todd will be down here. It'll be good.
Yep.
When you and I have both experienced this, when people see all the colors and all the choices, I find it fascinating how people gravitate to certain colors. They get a little uncertain. Do I like this? They talk a little bit about how people experience the yarns we've got.
It varies so much. There are people that come in and they know exactly what they're gonna buy. They're always purples, so they go right for the purples and they love it. And then there's people that come in and they see all the colors and they're normally more into neutrals, but they just fall in love with this sort of artistic, one-of-a-kind skein, and then they'll go for that. And then there's people that are like, help me decide. And then I sort of give them the elevator eyes. I say, you're wearing a lot of warm colors. We'll point you towards this yellow skein or this orange skein.
Don't you find it fun that there's going to be people actually driving to Vermont for this event?
Yeah, I hope that they stay and like check out the rest of White River Junction. It's First Friday. It's a festive day. We've got a lot going on in town. They can just walk across the bridge and find themselves, I don't know, something good to eat, another show to see. It's going to be a fun event.
Our first customer.
No
I
way.
swear to God. No.
Yeah, we've been trying to decide, like, cast bets on what time people are going to show up. I think they are. I think they're trying to get in.
Really? There you
They're
go.
coming around the side.
They're coming around the
I hope
side.
It's locked.
I know this is sort of a kind of left field, but 7 years ago, before you and I ever met, did you ever in your wildest dreams think you would take the U-turn that you've taken?
No, absolutely not. It's wild. And I've been thinking about that today as I was like working the spinner. In my college years, I was planning house shows and events like concerts in synagogues, and I loved putting on music at places. I don't even think I shared that with you before. So for us to have this like show in the mill really feels like it's come a little bit full circle. I just never thought I would start a business, and if I did, I didn't think it would be in manufacturing, and I just feel so fortunate that sort of all my paths led me to here. It's very exciting.
So cool.
Now let's do whiskey before breakfast.
Anything else? Anything else?
Nope. Well,
It was fun.
it was fun. We were too tired by the end of the day on Friday to actually do a recap of
Right.
how things went, but
Yeah.
they went really well.
Yeah,
it was so fun to see. folks.
It was magical, and
Yeah.
I put it in magical. It was just the vibe. People. I had one person say to me, this kind of event doesn't happen around here.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I mean, I knew what they meant, but I couldn't say. I mean, it wasn't just the yarn. It wasn't just the band. I feel like it was the building, the brightness, height of the building, the band playing, the colors of the yarns. It just. I'm calling it magical.
Yeah, it was an awesome night. And we wanted to talk about some of the patterns that we saw. So
Jeez.
there was one woman who came in with 2 amazing knit goods
Yeah.
to show. So one of them was the Soldatna crop pattern, and that was the short sleeve top. I'll show a picture up on the screen now. But she knit it out of a few different of our yarns. It was mainly the Carnival, which we
Right.
talked about just in one of the previous Millcasts, against our Montedale Cheviot gray. And then she also worked in a little creamsicle, a
Right.
little kindling. So it was phenomenal.
It was
color
phenomenal,
choices.
and I have seen that pattern almost at every festival. That pattern shows up.
Yep.
What I find so incredible is, you see a picture of it, and then you say, "Well, I'd like to do my own take on it." Where do you even begin? I'm feeling challenged to see if I could do that. 'cause
Maybe in your future.
Could be.
Yeah.
I just think that it's really clever to come up with a whole, because it's not just one color and this, and you've got a couple of things you have to organize and
Yeah.
understand what's going to happen as you knit along with it. I thought
she
it was
did
so cool.
a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And then she also brought these little, they look like oak leaves.
That's exactly, yes.
Yeah, so we both were curious, what
Yeah.
were they? And she was trying to explain it, but I had to Google it later on, and I wanted to share with folks. It's Xandy Peters. She's got a pattern for something called fox paws.
Right.
And it is a very complex looking sort of shawl.
Geometric-y,
It looks
yeah.
like, fox paws if you really
Yeah.
look at at it.
Yeah.
But in order to learn some of those techniques, she has this pattern. I think it's free on her website called Leaf and Star. So this was the leaf that the woman brought in, and it's to practice something called stacked decreases, which I've never even heard of.
Right.
But there you go. If you
I think that's what gives
knitting.
you that tight corner around. But so not only are you going to take on a challenging pattern, first you have to do the tutorial pattern before you can even. That's a commitment. That's a
Has
commitment.
anyone else done anything like this before?
Yeah,
We'd
I'd
love
love
to hear
to
about
see it. Yeah,
I sort of love the idea that you're sort of leveling up your knitting skill, following a
It's
sort
true.
of progression.
No,
so
you're right. You're right.
That was really cool to see.
It was very cool.
And folks this woman brought in a knitted or like a crocheted blanket that she did.
Yes,
it was
stunning.
Fantastic. So we always love to see what you make. Oh, there was a great night shift.
Oh yes, there was. There was and it was funny. She said I followed it a certain way, and then I kind of did it all on my own, and I could tell she was very, very proud of it.
Yeah, and it looked
it was
great.
good. It was very good.
Not for like a 90-degree day like it was on Friday.
Right,
but,
right. Nobody was wrapping themselves in wool on Friday.
But even so, it was great. It was great to
It was
celebrate
terrific.
wool, even in the hottest of early summer days.
It was fabulous.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, we keep cracking the whip on ourselves here. We've got a lot going on.
Yes.
Show this one. This is something.
Yeah, so this is Finn for a custom processing job. It's spun 3-ply, and the problem with Finn is there's just something to the nature of the fiber that makes it difficult to get through our equipment on its own. And so we ended up blending a little bit of dyed black merino just to help it along.
Right.
When you add that high crimp fiber.
Yeah, when you look at it, it looks
helps.
like it's got crimp. It looks like it's got enough to hold together,
thin
and
fiber,
and sometimes I'm gonna blame me. I fall for it. I think, this fin, because some fin there's no problem, and in other fins it's a problem.
Most fins, it's a problem.
We're basically saying now all fin because
it's just a little bit of the merino treatment. Yes.
But it's gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. And meanwhile, we've been keeping everything busy on the Making Track front, restocking, frankly, because of the festivals that we've been at and whatnot. This, believe it or not, we may have told you this. This is our most popular colorway. This is called, obviously, Vermont Vice. And our dyer, Vicky, did this. And she was, was it been a year that we've been doing this?
Oh, yeah, at least a year.
She was inspired by a photograph that she brought in, and that's what got this going. So
and
that's,
both of us were like, whoa, that's a lot of neon, Vicky, I don't know.
and then people are, yes, yes, yes. And to be honest, when you're knitting with it and you've got a background that's like gray or something that mutes it down, it takes on a totally different vibe. It's really cool. This is one of my favorites. It's so summery.
Yeah.
This
Very
is
coastal. It's like, God.
Sea glass. And I just love, just makes me think of picking up sea glass on the coast of Cape Cod.
Yes.
All right, and then our final one that we did, this is Lookout Ledge. And I picked out 3 skeins to really show the range of the colors that are in every skein. And what was the inspiration for giving it Lookout Ledge?
Yeah, so people always ask where our names come from. This one, I think I came up with the name, and it was because, sort of inspired by going on a hike around dusk and seeing sort of the colors, the hazy blues and purples up in the mountains. So Lookout Ledge.
Lookout Ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
And what I am knitting...
Because I'm not knitting anything. I'm looking for inspiration, and that sweater at the open house might be it.
Okay,
Oh,
I finished.
starting with
I finished my festival sweater. I haven't. It's not done. You can see there's still ends dangling, but Maeve looks very cute in it. You all have heard me complain about the bobbles. Well, the bobbles.
the bobbles are burst. No.
The sleeves were okay, and part of the reason they were okay is I treated myself to a not what do you call it?
Interchangeable?
A non-interchangeable needle. So I got the Chow Goo needles in the size 6 with like a nice long cord. So I did I couldn't find the Addy needles around here, so I ended up just doing the the loop. What do you call it?
Like a magic loop.
Yes. So I magic looped with a long cable, and because they weren't interchangeable, they weren't getting caught every other row, which I think it might be something in the way I like hold my yarn or change my rows around, but that always
And
gets
doesn't
me.
your cast off look perfect?
Oh yes, I did the Italian, a tubular cast off. Which
because the Italians for the
I think I did tubular both ways around, and the difference is that when you get to where you want it to be like the end, you go around 2 more times. First you do a row where you're knitting all your knits and slipping all of your pearls, and then you do the opposite. And so, and then you do your Italian bind off, which is basically a Kitchener stitch off one needle. And I love it. It's totally worth the extra effort. It just gives it that like nice, that nice tube.
Yeah.
So
Well done.
thank you. Yeah, I'm really grateful that this is quite large on Maeve because it will actually fit her when the weather turns cold again. Although it was a little chilly this weekend, so I put it on her for a little trial. I'll show you a picture, and it was very cute.
Yeah, you're right. Saturday.
It was chilly.
And we got the rain.
Yeah, finally.
Boy, do we need that rain.
Yeah, our gardens really needed it. So that's that. I'm now working on the sweater that I put down.
Look at
really,
this.
all of my chickens are coming home to roost. This is the last of the projects I had on hold. So this has got a little dangly thing on this side because even though I knit them the exact same way, when I tried it on, this side likes to be in front better.
Yeah.
Don't know why. It needs major blocking. So I was going to possibly just, what do they call it, frog it when you like rip out a bunch of stitches, and I decided, no, I could love this sweater if it can be seriously blocked.
I think mine is the same way. I feel like I'm wrapped up in saran wrap.
It's so tight.
Right.
It's so
and
fitted.
I think the
and
key.
I wanted an oversized sort, and it's supposed to be oversized.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna really like give it a good stretch.
Right.
And see what it does, and hopefully these shoulders. Right now they were, sort of at my shoulder point. They're supposed to like go down here, so I need to like stretch those out too.
Okay.
So we'll see what the magic of blocking will do. I mean, it's a 2x2 rib, so potentially a lot. So I'll keep you posted on that. I just started a sleeve.
And how long are you gonna do the sleeves?
Like full length.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is so warm. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me
Just to do
shorter.
short sleeves, yeah. Cool.
So that's that. And you need a project.
I do. I'll either try, what did we call it? The woman that she did?
The Soldatna?
Soldatna.
Crop.
That's in the running. It's in the running.
Yeah, lately with my knitting, I've been like going back and like I want to wear basics,
but
I want to knit not basics. I think this is a common issue.
It's really interesting. Yeah.
So I'm sort of knitting what I like to wear, but every now and then I want to try something, really full of cables or lace or color work, and it's just it's not what I tend to reach for in my wardrobe. So.
Well, I've just seen so many of the people coming in with doing such killer things with making tracks, and I haven't really been knitting with making tracks. I've been knitting my own sheep's yarn and whatnot in solid. So, I mean, may need to cut loose a little.
I know.
Get some color going.
I know. So. My poor baby needs more colorful clothes. This is like colorful for her. This has got like a little pop, but for her, she's got so many sheep-colored garments so far.
Yeah, I can see her now as an adult going through the baby pictures. My mother, all with the natural colors. Come on.
Oh my gosh, there's a really funny video that was going around social media called Sad Beige Babies that my friend sent me, and it's totally making fun of my generation's like propensity to like put their kids in beige, and they just look so like they're on like a cold coastal like,
that's hilarious.
Wearing these outfits.
I love that. Yeah.
She's not sad, but she is sometimes a beige baby. What can you do?
That's funny.
Anyways, until next time, folks.
See you guys.
Thanks, bye.